Hey everyone, my name is Jazer. In today's video, we're going to be talking about piano arpeggios. What are piano arpeggios and why are they important to you? A piano arpeggio is basically a chord that is broken up. So this is a chord and arpeggio is basically that but broken up. So that's an arpeggio, or this, or this. These are all arpeggios. Why are piano arpeggios important to you? They're important because they're found everywhere in music. You can find them in all areas of music. For example, in classical music, you'll find them in things like this is arpeggios. Chords, but that are broken up. Or even, for example, things like maybe even that is an arpeggio, okay? Chords that are just broken up. In this beginner arpeggio lesson, we're not going to go past the octave mark. So everything we're going to be doing is within the octave. However, I will challenge your brain with playing arpeggios with different chords. My hope is that these challenges are easy enough for you to start, but not so easy enough for you that you can get it in your first go without much practice. Let's quickly get into it. I'll briefly introduce the chords first, okay? The chords you'll be using in this video are the C chord, you need the E minor chord, you need the A minor chord, and finally the F. And just before we get into the challenges, remember to like and subscribe to this channel to stay in touch with more of these free piano lessons and tutorials. Let's get into level 1. Level 1 is called the basic arpeggio. This is where both hands are going to be playing the same notes. So just look at what I'm doing and follow along, please. And then we're going to go to the E minor chord, so just move your thumb to the B. And then next is the A minor chord, which is finally the F chord. Okay, when it comes to arpeggios, one of the more important things to talk about is the fingering. I will briefly talk about it in this video, but I recommend you to watch the fingerings that I'm using and try to follow them as strictly as possible. And using the correct fingerings for your hands will always be beneficial for your long-term piano career. So let's go again. Go to the B. And if you notice something, my left hand is now using the 2. Now, A minor. Now left hand's using 3, and right hand's using 2. And F chord. Left hand using 2, and right hand is using 3. Hope that was okay for you. Let's move on to level 2. Level 2 is called the loop. Let's see what this looks like. Now, the only thing you want to be paying attention to in this level is you want to repeat that top note. Like that. And then go to the next one. Hope you're doing okay so far. Let's move on now to level 3. Level 3 is called the right hand reach. Okay, so now instead of playing 3 notes in your right hand, you're going to play 4 notes, okay? So what you're going to need to do is to replace these 2 last notes with fingers 2 and 3. So don't use 3, 5 anymore. You're going to use 2 and 3. And the reason we do that is because you now need your pinky to play this top C note. Okay, so you're going to all the top notes are basically the same as the bottom notes. So you're going to do something like this. just a caution on fingerings. For these ones, 1, 2, and 5 are always used. The question is regarding if you use either 3 or 4. In this pattern, I recommend the 3. In this pattern, I recommend the 3. In this pattern, I recommend the 4. In fact, I don't just recommend it, I would say it's mandatory that you use a 4. Is because when you use a 3, this creates a very awkward position between your 2 and 3. If you can try this on by yourself, you can feel it actually create some tension. Okay, I know 4 is weak, but I still want you to try to use 4 in this shape. And moving on to the last one. In this shape, either 4 or 3 are good. Or you can do... Both are acceptable because both are tension-free. Let me know in the comments which finger works better for you in this one. Let's move on now to level 4. Level 4 is called the right hand reach song. It's basically the same as level 3, but you're now going to add in some left hand notes to make it sound like a real song, okay? And the left hand notes are basically the left hand bass notes of the chords we're going to use. We're going to use C, E, A, and F. Sounds like this. Let's go again. Hope you're doing great. Let's move on now to level 5, which is the left hand reach. This essentially is the same as the right hand reach, but because your left hand is a mirror image of your right hand, okay, it has implications for your fingerings as well. So just watch along and see how you go with this. So use the 3 for this one. Keep that 3 there. And this one, I recommend 4. Use the 4 here, it's easier. And then 3. One more time with the 3. Still keep the 3 in the next chord. And 4. I know it's weak, but it's a better finger to use. And then 3. Moving on to level 6. Level 6 is called the left hand reach song. This is basically the same as the previous level, but now you're adding some right hand notes to make it sound more like a song. The notes you'll use for your right hand in this level are G, G, E, then F. So it sounds like this. Keep that G. Next will be your E. And then finally F. Sounds nice. G again. Keep that G. Go into your E now. Finally F. Congrats on completing the previous level so far. We're going to move on to our final level 7. This is called the hands together reach. Let's go again. That's all for today's video. How did you go with this 7 levels of beginner piano arpeggios? Let me know in the comments. Let me know also if you have any other piano related questions. 90% of the content on this channel are all just answering questions in the comments. So let me know if you have any queries. That's all for this one. Catch you in the next video.